Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Back Next Week announcement. COVID has happened to at least 50% of the production team here. It's funny, just as I was opening up Audacity to record this, I saw a headline that was, and I'm paraphrasing here, but the headline was, 80% of California has COVID. So we're actually doing all right, that we're only at 50%. So that's a big win, but apparently there actually is a huge surge in California right now. COVID, it's still real. I'm not telling you to do anything about it or to even be aware of it. It just is, it's just a thing now. I don't know, whatever. Nobody is that sick. We gonna be okay. But we do not have that promised episode for you as of yet. I'm gonna say next week. I'm gonna will it into existence. Gonna manifest a little bit. In the meantime, some more podcast recommendations. We're gonna have to have it by next week because I'm running out of podcast recommendations that are good for a blanket overall audience and not too niche. I guess I did do that Star Trek one, which is debatably rather niche. Podcast recommendations. I'm gonna recommend The Gray Area by, I don't know, I think it's like Vox who does it. It's interesting. They look at questions and cultural things and stuff through a philosophical lens. For me, it's hit and miss. Ones that are interesting, ones that aren't. There's a really interesting one with a guy who wrote a book called How Not to Kill Yourself on the virtues of not killing yourself. That was interesting to me personally. I will, because I've always been doing two, so I'm going to keep doing it because I like patterns. I will also recommend You're Dead to Me. It's a BBC-produced podcast. They get a historian, they get a comedian, usually comedian, sometimes, like, I don't know, an actor. I don't know, they get a comedian. They get a comedian and a historian, and they talk about a historical figure. I like it. I like learning about history stuff, and it's irreverent, and that's always fun, because, you know, I feel like sometimes you get a more clear view on history with slightly less reverence than you might get in an academic setting. So yeah, those are mine. You're Dead to Me and The Gray Area. All right. Hopefully we'll be back next week. I assume we'll be back next week. Still looking forward to it. We got a doozy of an episode to talk about. I worked 11 hours today. I'll probably work 11 hours tomorrow. So I'm going to take my dumb ass to bed. Hope you all are doing okay. Don't get COVID. And if you do get COVID, don't be too negatively impacted by it in whatever way that means to you. Physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, relationship-wise, you know, all those, just be okay. Just everybody be okay, all right? Please, as like a favor to me or whatever. See y'all next week.